Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. You are tuned in to The Alternative with your man, Melvin Taylor Jr., a.k.a. Melvin Taylor II. So happy to be back with y'all one more time on the radio. And remember, WHCR 90.3 FM New York. How y'all been, man? It's been a long week. I'm so mad that so much happened this past week where it was like immediately after the show. And I wanted to talk to y'all, man. We got Pusha T's response back to Drizzy Drake. It's been that long since we talked. We got J.R. Smith might be off the Henny, might not be off the Henny. We got Tracy Morgan out here wilding with the whole Tiffany Haddish situation. We got Jay Prince stepping in on the Pusha T Drake beef. We got a lot that we're going to talk about today. But before we get into any of that, man, got a special guest on the program, man. His name is DMac, and that was a song that you just heard from him right there. D. How you doing, brother?
What's goody, man? How you feeling?
I'm doing great, man. Doing great. Glad to have you on the show, brother.
Nice, man. Glad to be here.
So tell us about that last record, that we just played right now.
Well, this last record is out right now. It's a dance hall pop type of vibe. It's in a bunch of clubs. We got a bunch of DJs supporting it. We got Michi in Connecticut supporting it heavy too. And we just moving, man. We just working, constantly working.
Now, was this something that you just kind of heard the song, or you heard the instrumental to it and you was like, I know where I want to take it, or were you already in that vibe, but I want to make a dance hall type track, and then it started to take form? Tell us the whole process.
Well, the whole process, truth be honest, for this song, the whole process was we was actually writing it for another artist. Yeah, so
okay.
When Ricky Belford had sent me the beat, I was like, okay, I'm not gonna name the artist, but he was like, okay, yeah, this song sounds like it could be for them. So I wrote it, finished it up, and after that, we was playing it in the studio because we was about to send it off to them, and Mike was like, yo, what you doing? This is a hit.
Shout out to Mike then.
Are you guys kidding me? So we kept it back and we released it like 2 weeks later.
Yeah. And what's the reception been from the record so far?
Yo, it's been amazing, yo. This is probably it. I know the numbers don't really seem that much right now, but this is probably the biggest record that we have so far. As far as the response, like just from males, females, everybody just hitting me, telling me. Somebody texted me yesterday, actually. They was like, yo, I played the song 30 times back to back. I'm like,
word.
30 times? you sure you didn't mean 3? Like 30? Like for real? Like, so that's dope, man.
Oh, that's what's up, man. You got to have that confidence when you put out a record like that. And that record is great. I feel like it's going to be something that we're going to hear a lot going into the summertime. It's a nice feel-good record, something that make people want to dance to it. Is that what you thought when y'all had put it together? You was like, okay. I think this one can kind of go.
Oh, yeah, of course. Like, the first idea is to have the music be timeless. So, like, if it's played a bunch of times, like, it don't matter if it's played 2 years from now. It's still going to be fire.
Right.
Yeah, so we try to keep that vibe.
Yeah, you got a good point, because what's the name? Ellie Ma. I hope I'm saying her name correct. Ellie Mae, the girl who made the song Boo'd Up.
Ma,
yeah, that record came out, last year? Sometime
it
and
did,
now,
right?
Yeah, and
I
now
figured
it's
that
just
because
now
I figured I heard
gas.
it. I swear I heard it before too. That's crazy because I stumbled across it on YouTube and I saw the video. I was like, yo, this is dope. But I feel like I heard this before. But that makes sense.
Man, that's what's up, man. Shout out to you for doing that. So tell me, what initially got you before we even get to that? Tell us where you from, bro.
I'm from the BX, of course.
You from the Bronx. Okay. BX all day. All right. So tell me, when you were growing up, was music something that you were always into, or was it kind of like you just stumbled your way into it? Give us the 411 on that.
I never really liked music when I was younger. I never cared for it as much as I do now. I would say it was until I heard Snoop Dogg's first album. Well, not his first album. The first album I received was Rhythm and Gangsta.
Okay.
I won it at like a contest. I was with my grandma or something. I won it somehow.
Wait, you was with grandma?
Yeah, I was with grandma.
That's wild.
And it was like I think it was like either a baby shower or something. And they had like CDs. They had CDs in a bag, and it was like, yo, you won. Pick. I forgot what contest it was, but it was like, yo, pick this, and I picked up Snoop Dogg, picked up Ludacris, Red Light District, and I forgot another artist, Lloyd.
Oh, you had a good gift bag then.
Yeah,
bro.
I had all 3 of those but I listened to Snoop Dogg's first. And I fell in love with it after that. After I heard Drop It Like It's Hot, I started reciting the lyrics to like family members, like we had barbecues and stuff. I would recite Drop It Like It's Hot, and it was like, yo, you should actually try.
It was like you should make this a real thing.
I never really tried it because I was like 14 at the time. I was like, man, I can't really do that, man. Let me stick to playing basketball or something. And then a few years later, I wrote some stuff for myself, and it actually sounded pretty good.
Yeah.
From there, I got my little Go Cam. and started shooting videos in my backyard and making it happen.
Bet. So you said you was playing basketball a little bit, so I'm assuming you were A1 hooper then. You good. You nice on the court.
Yeah, I was nice on the court. Probably still nice.
I was about to say, I was like, don't do that to yourself. You still, LeBron need help right now. Word. So you might be able to go fill in and help him out with that. So did you have anybody in your family that kind of like produced that really helped you get that push, or was it more you just explored it, and as you explored it, then you started coming across people who helped you along the path?
My mom supported me from the jump, from the first thing I dropped. Even when I was doing the little Snoop Dogg, reciting Snoop Dogg lyrics and stuff, she was supporting it.
Yeah.
So
was mom a big Snoop Dogg fan, or was she just like, my son?
It's funny, right? Because she actually bought me and my little brother some chains, and we had the Snoop Dogg album on it was like a dog tag or something. It was fire, man. I wish I still had it.
Y'all was okay. Mom was deep in it. She was like, "No, y'all gonna know."
Yeah, word.
That's what's up.
So yeah, she supported it a lot, and from there, I want to say it was it's my hype man. That's now my hype man now. We was in high school, and he was like, "Yo, your style is kind of like Fabulous." This is when I was on like Bar Heavy at the time.
Yeah.
He's like, "Your style's like Fabulous. You should try to make some songs like that." And I'm like, Fabulous. I was like, who that? I didn't, because I never really cared about music that much. So I heard songs from Fabulous, but I never knew who Fabulous was. And I checked it out. I was like, yo, this guy's dope. And Drake and all that at that time. And from there, that's when I got the support I needed.
Man, that's awesome. So when you made that, what was the first song that you made then, if you can remember? You was like, I 100% did this myself type thing.
The first real song I made, I think it was with my uncle. It was called That I'm Dreaming. I don't remember no lyrics from it, but I think it was whack at the time. Like now that I'm thinking about it now, like
it's okay. I was gonna say it's okay. You've gotten better over the years, so it's all good.
Yeah, I mean that's all about the progression. But
right.
Yeah, that was the first song, and I think that was 2012. But I didn't take it serious until 2015 with my first music video, with Big Ol' Booty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So when you first made Big Ol' Booty, what was the reception to that made you say, you know what, this is the one, I need to keep going with this?
It's funny, right? Because I do everything strategically. So me making music before that, I probably had like a bunch of videos with like my Go Cam in my backyard.
Yeah.
I went to Times Square and shot videos, but I knew that if I took like a year break off of music and then come back with a bang, everybody would be like, yo, what's going on? How you got so nice? What's happening? There's people that was telling me I had writers right after I came out with that song too.
Word.
Yeah, because that was the first, when I dropped that song, it went viral within a month. It was viral on Facebook. Like they had some guy made a meme called Stretching Out Her Neck Like an Ostrich. So it was like a 15-second clip with me in the video, Kevin Hart, and then dang, what was that Nick Young meme where he was looking?
Oh, when he's looking with the face.
Yeah. So they had that, and it had like 8 million views on Facebook.
Lit.
I was like, and this is in like 4 or 5 days. I'm like,
he's like, hold on, what in the world?
Everybody making fun of this my lyrics, and I'm like, yo, that's my favorite line. Like, why y'all making fun of it? But I didn't know that it was actually helping me.
Yeah, it was getting you all that exposure.
Yeah, man. So
wow.
Yeah, that was really dope. The only thing I wish had happened was I wish my name was tagged in that meme. Yeah. So it didn't really. It's cool though.
I hope in all the videos that you do now, you got something in there so that way people can recognize.
Oh yeah, of course. And people still recognize me still to this day from that. Somebody hit me on the train. It was like a few months back. They was like, "Yo, you that guy stretching her neck like an ostrich?" I was like, "Yeah, I got new music now. Though, so you could go check that out."
He was like, "Right, I got some new fire for you, bro. It's all good." So, before I want to jump back into something that you said earlier, but first, what was Mom's reception like when you was like, "Hey, Mom, like this got like 8 million views. Like people was hearing it. Like yeah, they making quote unquote fun of it right now, but nonetheless, my music is translating to people." What did she say?
She was the one that told me about it.
What?
I didn't even know that happened. She said, "Yo," she was like, because she called me D. She was like, "Yo, D, somebody at my job told me they saw you on Facebook." I was like, "On Facebook?
He's like,
doing what?" I mean, like one of my songs on my page. She said, "Nah, it was like a meme with Kevin Hart and all of that." I was like, "For real?" So I checked it out. People was tagging me, and then I was like, what's going on right now? She was the one that told me about it. So she was super proud, man. She was like, "You gonna make it? This is it right here."
Man. That's what's up.
From there, I literally wrote like 5 other songs that day. Since that, it went viral.
Right.
So it was like, it was dope.
Man, that's incredible. So how does it feel to you to have that support from your mother, for her to be like, you know what, I know you can do this, you gonna make it? Because I'm sure that changes things for you. Instead of just being like, I might be able to do it, knowing that you have her type of support, that you can really push forward and say, you know what, I can actually do this. Not I can, but I will actually do this. How much of a difference does her support make for you?
It makes a big difference. I'm blessed to have her support. To be honest, I didn't speak to my mom for like a year one time because I moved from Connecticut to New York. I wanted to live with my pops. You know what I mean? Stuff happened.
Yeah.
Don't really want to talk about that. But when I left from there, I haven't spoke to my mom for like a year, like a full year. My brother, my sister, all of them. But we fixed all of that, and we're good now. But yeah, I'm blessed to still have her.
Yeah.
I mean, I could have lost her to cancer, so I'm blessed for that too, man. I'm
Most definitely
thankful. So yeah.
Good. Hey, Mom's glad that you still here with us.
Yeah,
now, one thing that I do want to touch on that you said earlier, you were talking about writing for other artists. Do you primarily write for other artists, or are you kind of like, sometimes I write for artists, sometimes I write for myself type of thing?
I try my best to balance both.
Okay.
Majority of the songs I have now were written for another artist. So I start off writing it for them, and then something happens where it doesn't reach them, or it can't get to them. So I'm like, I'm gonna just drop it.
Yeah,
and when they blow up, then they're gonna be like, damn, I should have took it. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
so.
Definitely. So, oh man, I'm not gonna ask you who you out here ghostwriting for. I'm not gonna do that. But tell me, what is the business of ghostwriters? This is such a popular topic nowadays. Without, like, you don't have to mention any names or anything like that. But is it kind of like, you know what, you either have connects with somebody and you just put together something that's like, yo, I think this will work good for you, and then y'all put it together? Or how does that entire thing work, if you don't mind me asking?
It works the same way as if, I don't know if you ever seen like how A&Rs would probably find artists and say, yo, we can
let me say, break it, because I know, but some of the folks that's listening may not know. So if you don't mind breaking it down for them, let's go through the whole thing. There we go.
Right. So when I first was trying to get into the game as a songwriter, not a ghostwriter. Ghostwriters don't get credit. Okay. Songwriters get credit. I want the credit.
Forgive me. Songwriter, cool. My brother.
No, that's cool. So when I first was trying to get into that songwriting game, I went to a power summit in 2014. I went to a power summit. It had a bunch of A&Rs, everybody there, and it was like, yo, we're looking for artists to write for A, B, and C under the label, whether it be Atlantic, Epic, all of them. And I'm like, for real? Like, this is what they do? And these are artists that I never thought would get songs from somebody else and sing it. But it makes sense now that we see it more. It's more in the forefront now. So that process happens where you make a song, you either send it to an A&R or somebody else that is close to that artist somehow.
Okay.
Like the 5 degrees of separation. Somebody that knows that artist. You send it to them. It could possibly make it to them. And if it does, you get the placement. It helps you get other placements and just further that whole situation right there.
I get you. So it's kind of like once you get one record in with somebody and it kind of pops, then it's like other people are kind of looking for you in the business.
Just like Neil. You seen him, he was waiting outside of Capitol Records. And they was like, he was trying to send a song to a lot of people, and they turned it down until it reached Beyonce, I think, right? That was the first. That was his first one.
Yeah, I think
so.
Or
no, Mario.
I think it was Mario.
It was
Actually, now that you say that, I'm thinking of, you said Beyonce, I'm thinking of Rico Love, because Rico Love was huge. I'm a huge fan of Rico Love and everything that he do. But
Yep. And he got that "Let Me Love You" to Mario. After that, his phone never stopped ringing.
Right. And now Neo is where he is today. Well, man, ladies and gentlemen, we got Captain DMac. He ain't going nowhere on the program, but right now we're going to hop right back into this music here. We got one of my favorites, Saha the Prince, and this record is called No Dope on Sundays. Remember, keep it locked right here on The Alternative with Melvin Taylor.
You know what it is, man? It's your boy Saha the Prince, good music partner, and you are now listening to The Alternative.
Ladies and gentlemen, what's good? It's your man Melvin Taylor Jr. back one time on the mic. That right there, Captain DMac. The song is called Think About It, and there's also a video for this song out as well. Is that correct? Yes, sir. So tell me just a little bit about the video treatment and how you came up with the concept of the video before we even, or if that just ties into how you came up with the record. Go ahead and do that, but just explain it for us.
So the video is directed by Nimi Hendrix. He's from Jersey. He directs all my videos. The past 4 videos I had.
Mm-hmm.
What I do is, I hit up Nimmy through email every video that we're about to do, and I give him like a basic video treatment, like my initial ideas. I'll hit him up and be like, "Yo, Peace King, how you doing? We got another video here that we want to do.
Right.
This is my initial ideas. You can add to it, change it up, wherever you want to do, location, let me know the budget and that we need, and then we just knock it out." And we got that vibe where now we're just knocking out videos like this. So it's perfect now.
Okay, good. So tell me, when you were putting this song together, what was the vibe of that like? Was it something that you had heard and you was like, I already know what I want to do? Or were you kind of like going through something at the time? You was like, you know what, I kind of want to put this down, because I know some artists do that as well. Tell us that.
So this song, the Think About song, it was written for somebody else again.
Okay, man. You out here, he out here working, ladies and gentlemen. He out here working.
We initially had wrote it for a female to be on the song, to have the whole song. But that didn't work out. And then my boy, iHoney, Chris from iHoney, the clothing line, he told me that, yo, you should probably put out this song by yourself, because it sounds dope. But he heard my reference track to it. He's like, yo, it sounds dope by yourself. And I was like, for real? So I was like, nah, I should actually do like a back and forth type of thing with a female artist. So we was searching through, looking around which female artists we want to use. I remember I met Jawani back in like a year ago or something like that at a Power 105.1 event. And I reached out to her like back in, August, November. I reached out to her and I was like, yo, I would love for you to be on the song. I already fully written everything out for you.
I got everything for you.
Everything's done. Here's the cadence. Here's how you supposed to, you know what I mean? Everything's done.
Yeah.
She heard it. She was like, yo, send me the lyrics. Sent it to her. Within like 30 minutes, she was like, yo, I'm down to do this. You want to do it on Friday? I said, Friday? You know what I mean? This is somebody that has like 30,000 followers. I'm like, dang, like, you ready to work immediately.
Already,
like, you're not even
like,
fronting or nothing. Because, you know, some people, you hit them up, they be like, yeah, you got to talk to my manager. Or talk to this, talk to that. I'm like, man. But she was ready to work. She's like, yo, let's knock it out Friday.
Awesome, man.
And we got in the studio. She actually showed up. And we knocked it out that same day.
Man, that's crazy.
Man. And we held it. We was like, yo, we already knew this was going to be fire. So we held it for like 2 months to figure out. Mike came up with the idea to have a single release party. And we had this big single release party with Drewski, DJ Sage, Rich Kid, all of them came out. It was really dope. And then from there, a month, we already had shot the video. Nobody even knew that we shot the video already. Yeah. And then we released it a month after that, after the song came out. So
that's awesome, man. So much planning, ladies and gentlemen, goes into all of this. A lot more than what y'all think goes on. So tell me, D, when you were growing up, and I know you were talking about the little, I'm gonna call it the gift bag that you got with all the music and whatnot. Who were some of the people, aside from the people that were in the gift bag, that you really looked up to? Just like musically, in a sense.
Musically, I looked up to The Dream as a songwriter and an artist.
Okay,
I think
we on the same page.
Yeah,
now.
I think hands down since Falsetto, I was like, yo. When I first heard Falsetto too, I was like, there's like 5 different artists on this one song.
You're gonna make me find this one Dream record that I love. Now that you just said that, please keep going. It's off the Crown Jewel EP, the one that he was gonna release that he did not release.
Yeah,
and it's called All I Need Is You.
Oh, I don't
know.
I probably heard it. I probably just didn't.
More like when I play it, you're gonna be like, okay, I know what you're talking about. But please, you said The Dream.
Yeah, when I heard Falsetto, I thought there was like 5 different artists on this one song because he changed his voice so many times.
Right.
So then when I saw the video, I'm like, this is one guy singing this song. Did more research, found out that he wrote songs for Rihanna, wrote songs for this person, that person. I'm like, yo, this guy is super dope. Jay Holiday with Bad. I was like, for real?
Yeah.
And I realized that all the songs that I like from other new artists, he wrote it. So it's like, yo, it makes sense, man. The Dream is the GOAT.
So I would say, what's your most favorite song that, and it might just end up being Falsetto, that The Dream put together for someone else, or that he featured on that you love the absolute most? Say, for example, my favorite would be, it might have to be Shut It Down with Drake.
Yeah, Shut It Down was crazy.
Yeah, that was when I first heard that. I was like, oh my God.
Crazy too.
Slow It Down with Fab was good. Okay.
The one that he featured on, it might be Gangsta Love by Snoop Dogg.
Gangsta Love was
good.
Dope. That was real good.
Yeah. Something that he written had to be probably Bed by Jay Holiday. And yeah, like Rocking That Thing Is Fire solo from him.
Yeah.
Everything's just fire from him, man. I
Okay.
don't know.
So tell me, who are your top 5 songwriters?
Top 5 songwriters.
Top 5 songwriters. Since this is the land, I see you as like, okay, I see Dream. We already connected on the Rico Love, Jay Holiday, Neo. I'm like, all right, so you know what you're doing. You know you're doing your research and whatnot.
of
so
course.
you deep in it. So tell me, who are these 5 people that you like? You know what? These are the guys that like I look up to for inspiration when I'm putting together something, or even just in general, just to be like, if I can be like one of these guys, then I'm straight. I'm good.
Right. I would say The Dream, of course.
All right, got to.
No particular order.
Okay.
Neo. Eric Bellinger is a dope songwriter.
Eric Bellinger,
super
so
dope.
good. This
super
gonna be
dope.
your favorite song.
Yeah, right, exactly. There's some kid named KR. His name is Who KR.
Okay.
Probably never heard of him.
I haven't heard of Who KR.
I actually don't even know what songs he's written for other artists, but I know the type of artist he is. I already know that he's super dope. What other songwriters would I put into this list? I think that's it for now. Actually.
That's it for now?
Yeah, that's it for
All
now.
right, so we take those 4 right there. So who are your top 5 like artists in general?
Artists in general?
Yeah.
Drake. Fab.
I'm glad
The
you
Dream.
brought up Drake because we definitely gonna talk about that in a second.
Snoop Dogg. And
you got one more.
I want to say Mace. I want to say Mace.
Okay.
I like Mace's vibe back then, because that's when I like kind of like started listening to music more.
Yeah.
Around that time.
Yeah. Now you were talking about like the original Mace when he was with Puffy in all the videos, or we talking about like the Welcome Back?
Oh yeah,
Mace?
like the Welcome Back.
The
Mace.
Welcome Back. Okay.
This is when I went back to listening to like old stuff. Like, all right, let me listen to Diddy. Let me listen, and Mace stood out to me the most.
Yeah.
So yeah, Mace is dope.
Okay. Well, since your favorite has been in a lot of hot water this past week.
Oh man.
We gonna let's just talk about it real quick. Now, let me state my feelings first on the whole Drake thing before we even get to the beef. In terms of who Drake is as an artist, I think that it's perfectly fine for him to be like, you know what? I got people that write songs for me as an artist. However, if you want to be considered top 5 in the rap category, that can't be something that goes on. In my opinion, do you feel the same way, or do you think that he's kind of in a lane to sense to be like, because he can bounce back and forth so much, that it's acceptable for him?
You know what the thing is, and we was talking about it earlier. Majority of the industry gets their song written by somebody.
Now, we talking singers, or we talking rappers? Or you saying just
we're talking
everybody?
I want to say singers. Majority of singers.
Okay, majority.
Rappers,
singers.
they usually have their own stuff.
Right.
I mean, we all know that Kanye gets certain stuff written.
I was gonna say, man, listen,
rapper.
I'm the biggest Kanye fan you can
Man,
find. I know that he got listen.
It devastated me when I heard that Jesus Walks was not fully for him.
Oh, brother,
and it's out there for the world to see. You know what I mean? Like the verse that he had.
Shout out to Rhyme Fest.
Yeah, I'm just like, you know what I mean. But besides that,
yeah,
that devastation right there. Everybody gets their song written, or songwriters at least. For Drake, I want to say, and this is non-biased, even though I'm a Drake fan, it's understandable in a way, because look how long he's been doing it for, right? And he changed his style up so much.
Yeah.
And everybody always wondered how he changed his style up so much. You know what I mean? Like from headlines to started from the bottom.
Now I will say that album, because I remember that majority of that album was the Weeknd's album. And the Weeknd was like, yo, I was broke and I was hungry.
But
so
we don't even know what.
But we don't know which ones.
Exactly.
I feel that.
But you can tell, like, now that everything's coming out now, you can see, like, okay, this one probably took ideas from this artist. It could be just ideas, too. Because I understand from Drake's point of view, too, right?
Yeah.
You're in a room. You have the ability to generate a lot of money if you drop a song.
Right.
So whoever's in the room, you can give pieces of royalty or publishing to somebody. So even if they didn't even do nothing, you could be in the room with me and you could give me like a line. I'll be like, yo, that line is fire. Everybody likes the line. Yeah. Yo, here's 2% of publishing.
You know what? I heard that Kanye does that a lot. I heard Sci-Hi said that one time somebody walked in with like some leather pants and Ye was like, da 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 da, leather pants, something like that. And he was like, all right, make sure that dude gets a piece of it too. I was like, yo, that's crazy.
And it sounds like something that he would do.
Yeah.
But that's a good thing because he's trying to take care of whoever's in
there.
what I mean?
Yeah, who's
because that's
the
the publishing is money that you won't see unless you collect it anyway. So like you could give it 2% to your mom, 5% to whoever. Like the artist already makes a lot of money off of the shows and everything else.
Yeah.
So I think that's what Drake explained it in the diss track to Pusha, that he was trying to help Quentin.
Yeah.
So it's understandable. As far as
he was over there working. What did he say? Quentin was doing working double shifts over at Kroger. He was like, I was trying to help the guy, man.
I was just trying to help.
What y'all talking about?
That's what I'm saying. You know what I mean? But it sucks that it got exposed. I don't know if it's alleged anymore. Like everybody keeps saying alleged, even though it's out there.
Yeah, it's kind of like, man, it is.
But it's understandable at the same time. He's been doing this for so long. Like look how many look how many great songs he came out with.
Yeah.
Regardless of if it was written or how much was written.
Yeah.
It's still great music.
I think that before this whole beef happened, Drake should have just won. Like when it came out, he should have just owned it to be like, look, y'all. Instead of just considering myself as like one of the top rappers, even though I do consider myself a top rapper, I've evolved into much more of just than being a rapper. I'm just an artist to another degree.
Yeah,
right. I'm just there you go. Good word. I'm an entertainer at this point. So if you want to take me out that rap category, cool. But as long as I keep making these smashes that y'all enjoying, we all good type of thing.
Yeah.
And I think he would have been all right.
But people don't care. See, people care when they want to care.
So hit it right on the head.
So when that whole thing happened with Meek and then he got exposed, allegedly, everybody was like, oh my God, he doesn't write his own stuff. I'm not buying nothing. The next album he came out with went platinum. You know what I mean? So it's like, people don't care. It's just like with Kanye. Everybody was hating on Kanye just 2 weeks ago and his album is #1.
I'm going to be honest with you, though. I'm mad at Kanye. I'm really mad at him. I'm mad at Kanye. Well, one, I let everybody know, from Chicago. Chicago is home to me. Second, for him, now we were talking about Rhyme Fest a second ago. I know some folks that used to work over at Donda's house and how that whole situation was.
Oh yeah,
kind of upset at the way in which that whole situation went down because it was a lot where it was kind of the expectation that at the time when Rhyme Fest took it over.
Yeah, this your boy Drummer Boy, a.k.a. D-Boy Fresh, man, and you listening to me right here on The Alternative.
What's brackin', y'all? This is Tristan J. Winger, and you are listening to...
Yo, what up? It's your boy Schroeder MC.
What's going on? I'm Mark John Jeffries, and I just wanted to say that you are listening to The Alternative.
Hey, this is Coca Brown, and you're listening to The Alternative.
It's your boy Jahan Jones, and you're listening to The Alternative with your boy Melvin Jr.
Hey, I know what it is, man. It's your boy Saha the Prince, good music partner, and you are now listening to The Alternative.